In the entire Torah, the laning trop known as the shalshelet only appears 4 times. The shalshelet is the longest of all the laning notes. It appears in the book of Bereshit 3 times. The 4th and final time the shalshelet appears is in this week's Parshat, Tzav. The first time we hear the shalshelet is in Parshat Vayera on the word Vayitmama, describing how Lot lingered when commanded by the angels to leave Sodom on the dawn of its destruction. The following example is in Parshat Chayei in regards to Eliezer, Abraham's servant, on the word Vayomar. In this episode, Eliezer is praying to Hashem, asking for help in finding a wife for his master's son, Yitzchak. The third use of shalshelet is in Parshat Vayishev, on the word Vayimain, when Yosef rebuffs Potiphar's wife's seduction. In this week's Parshat Tzav, we find the rare shalshelet on the word Vayishchat, referring to Moshe's slaughtering of the ram and the anointment of his brother, Aaron, as Kohen Gadol. What is the significance of the rare shalshelet? What is the common denominator between these 4 seemingly different words and episodes? Moïse Einevon claims in his article in Jewish Thought, Volume 4, that the shalshelet is the mark of ambivalence. The Rosetta Stone to this mystery lies in the very first case. The lingering sound of the shalshelet literally echoes Lot's internal and external lingering. Lot displayed a lack of inner strength and moral ambiguity when faced with the eternal conflict of leaving Sodom behind him. Similarly, the shalshelet hints to internal conflict and temporary indecisiveness in Chayei. It has been noted in the Midrash Bereshit Rabbah that Eliezer probably hoped that one of his own daughters would be selected as a wife for Yitzchak to marry. It makes sense, then, that the shalshelet appears when Abraham sends Eliezer on a mission to find a different wife for Yitzchak. But unlike Lot, who had to be physically pulled by angels in the correct direction, Eliezer's hesitation is short-lived, and he overcomes this internal conflict and is ultimately successful in his mission. In Parshat Vayeshev, Yosef struggles in repressing his physical urges. Potiphar's wife succeeds in appealing to Yosef's lust, causing him to hesitate in his rejection of her advances. In fact, the Gemara in Sota, page 36b, quotes Rav Yochanan saying, both Yosef and Potiphar's wife had the intention of acting immorally. Like Eliezer, Yosef does not require any external pull in the right direction and makes the correct moral decision by not giving in to her seduction. The final occurrence of the shalshelet comes in this week's Parshat, Tzav, on the word Vayishchat, and he slaughtered. This appears during the inauguration of Aaron and the Kohanim. The moral ambiguity and hesitation implied with the shalshelet is once again explained by a midrash. Rav Chelbo said, all the 7 days of consecration Moshe ministered in the office of high priest, and he imagined it was his. On the 7th day, Hashem said to him, it belongs not to thee, but to thy brother, Aaron. Moshe, who Hashem spoke to directly, wished to become the Kohen Gadol, and he had not only to watch his brother take the position, he had to be part of the inauguration process. The 4 uses of the shalshelet uncover the inner turmoil within some of the biblical protagonists. Lot and Yosef had to overcome the lust for material and physical pleasures. Eliezer and Moshe had to push aside personal ambition or dreams to obey the commands of their masters. The shalshelet humanizes the great characters of the Torah by displaying their insecurities and struggles with moral decisions, the same insecurities we all struggle with. It is not sacrilegious to point this out. It shows us that these characters had free choice and were able to make a moral decision. It is said that the angels do not have free will. What makes mankind special is that we have free will when faced with moral dilemmas, and we have the opportunity to cultivate a strong sense of morality and love of God to compel us to make the right decisions. That's the challenge of religious life. May we all be strong enough to cultivate a strong sense of morality and to make the right decisions. Shabbat Shalom.